The neighbor's meat. My name is Ken and I'm 42 years old. This happened years ago, when I returned home after quitting my factory job to take care of my mother, whose asthma attacks had become more frequent. My father had passed away 5 years earlier, so it was just the two of us. I used my savings to open a small convenience store beside our house. It wasn't much, but it earned enough to support us. Since our village was far from town, rice and canned goods sold quickly. Although most families in our village weren't wealthy, they owned large pieces of land, so every house stood far apart. If someone screamed for help, chances were no one would hear them. Beside our house was a small vegetable garden that my mother and I cared for. I was also the only vegetarian in the family. I'd rather eat boiled vegetables than any kind of meat. Getting to town wasn't easy. We had to cross a coconut plantation surrounded by tall grass before reaching the muddy road. The trip took nearly 4 hours because transportation was rare, so I left before sunrise carrying 2 large baskets for supplies. As I walked, our closest neighbor, Madam Esther, called out to me, "You're Gloria's son, aren't you? You've grown into such a handsome young man." "Good morning, Madam Esther," I replied politely. She smiled warmly and chatted with me for several minutes. She seemed unusually happy to see me, almost as if she didn't want me to leave. I thought nothing of it and continued on my way. 2 weeks later, business became so good that my mother and I borrowed money from a local lender to buy a motorcycle. Once Mom felt better, she watched the store while I worked as a motorcycle taxi driver. One evening, as I rode home through the coconut plantation, I saw Madam Esther standing outside her gate, as if she had been waiting for someone. "There you are, Ken," she said with a wide smile. "We slaughtered an animal today. Take this meat home so you and your mother can enjoy a nice dinner." I didn't eat meat, but refusing her gift felt disrespectful, so I accepted it. As I rode away, I glanced back. She was still standing there, watching me.